New South Wales, led by the champion halfback Tom Rhodonicus, clean to make a clean sweep of the series. The former Rockhampton player, lock forward Rod Reddy, is now with St George in Sydney, while the champion centre Steve Rogers is likely to make another one of his big games today after a fairly quiet game the other night. Queensland, led by the front row forward Greg Beavers, narrowly beaten 10-5 in Wednesday's floodlight match, and Queensland are anxious to have their first win of the 76 series. The stars of the night game was the new Queensland halfback Greg Oliphant, playing with West Club, the premier club in Brisbane. Another newcomer in the Queensland side is the fullback Alan Mills from Valley's Club, and he had a magnificent game on Wednesday night. Queensland are looking for another great game from Alan Mills today. Johnny Lang, who's still playing in absolute top form for Queensland, winning scrums and carrying out an amazing number of tackles, certainly one of the stars of the Queensland team. Referee for the match is from Sydney. He's Gary Cook, having his first interstate match. One of the top, well, he is considered the top referee in Sydney today, Gary Cook. Fine but overcast conditions at Lang Park, with a crowd of about 20,000 to see the final match of the series. Queensland took a 2-0 lead with a penalty goal by John Rhodes after 5 minutes. We pick up play with New South Wales attacking. The fullback's underneath him, and with assistance, a nice break then as New South Wales halfback Rhodonicus doubling round, only 12 yards out from the line to Randall, out further to Reddy. Reddy slipped the pass into Goodwin. Goodwin's nearly over on a Fay, and Fay's over for the first try of the match. New South Wales lead 3-2.
And what a great try it was. Of course, it all came from that break at the scrum, and it was a perfect double around by Tommy Rhodonicus. Peard came in and held the defence in and opened the gap up for Rhodonicus, and he made the break from there, and quick hands back to the flank. There it is, a perfect gap for Rhodonicus. He gets to the fullback, Mills. Mills holds him up, and the lock forward Carr finishes off the tackle. And here from this ruck, it goes quickly to the left-hand side. Cronin at ruck half. Randall on it goes a nice short pass to Goodwin, and Goodwin in the tackle gets the ball away to the winger Fay, and a good try to New South Wales.
New South Wales leading 3-2 after 9 minutes of play.
John Peard missed the conversion but added further points with a penalty goal in the 17th minute. We rejoin play with New South Wales again making a strong attack.
It's a test. New South Wales lead 5-2 after 28 minutes of play, having won the first interstate match here on Wednesday night by 10 points to 5 with Randall. And Rogers, Steve Rogers, got support, doesn't need it, he'll probably get over. Back it comes to McMahon, and McMahon's over for the second try for New South Wales, and New South Wales lead by 8 points to 2.
Rogers really showing his class now in the last 5 minutes. We've seen him in the attacking movement 2 or 3 times where he's used his tremendous pace and acceleration to run away from the Queensland defence. There we saw him get back on the inside. Here's the action replay now. There he is, that's Rogers with the ball. He gets inside 2 Queensland defenders, gets to Mills, stands in the tackle of Mills, puts it in the air, and McMahon's there to take the ball and put it over the line. An easy try for McMahon. Rogers had done all the lead-up work for the try.
Mick Cronin failed to convert the try, and we pick up play a little later in the first half.
South Wales, because they're really determined to open up play. This is Reddy, 10 metres short of halfway to Peard, the 5/8, and across now out wide to the fullbacks into the move with Randall out there, the second row, onto Goodwin, up to the halfway mark, Goodwin, and they're really moving well, aren't they? Goodwin onto McMahon, the winger, slips straight back onto Randall, as easy as that. Loose ball, and Oliphant dives on the loose one, just as New South Wales looked like they're having a training gallop, with New Queensland now sending it back onto the halfback, across to 5/8 Creer. And there were 2 tacklers in to put Creer to ground. Donnelly, one of them, Cronin was the other one, 12 metres short of halfway. To Oliphant, the Queensland halfback, and this is right. Bad play from Queensland with Cronin to play it back for New South Wales, moving it across then to the front row of Fitzgerald, tackled by Platts around the ankles, Rhodonicus, and Peard. This is Cronin. Wrapped up by Payne, 30 metres out from the Queensland line in centre field. To Rhodonicus and Reddy. And back again to Paponis. New South Wales hooker inside the Queensland quarter line in centre field. Rhodonicus up in the dummy half position, and here's Higgs. Queensland defence is really looking pretty weary now, and it's starting to not give up, but it's not moving up at all and allowing New South Wales to run as it comes back to Peard. That high up and under, putting pressure on everyone. And whose ball is it? Snapped up by the winger Quinn and knocked on at the same time. The scrum to pack down 5 metres out from the Queensland line.
I thought New South Wales player Steve Rogers could have been in front of the kicker when the ball was put in the air. I thought he was in an offside position.
Queensland ball. Oliphant to play the ball back, the halfback. And that's the lock, Carr. New South Wales leading 8-2, 8 minutes before half-time. And that's Creer. Paponis, one of the tacklers. The other one was Fitzgerald. Oliphant and Wright.
Doesn't the game slow down when Queensland has the ball?
I think they're feeling pretty weary from defending too. This is Platts, Greg Platts, and getting the pass across to Quinn on the wing. Look at the tacklers. Randall, one of them, and also there was the winger Fay. To Oliphant and Greg Vevers. Right. And this is Platts. Queensland midway between their quarter line and the halfway mark. The sixth tackle, the scrum to pack down.
Good defence from New South Wales. Queensland running out of attacking players as the defence moves in and smothers the ball.
The scrums, by the way, stand at 3-all. The penalties favour Queensland 7-4. New South Wales ball to Peard. Cronin. In and Goodwin. Just holding it, or it was for a moment. Grounded by Creer. And shot back again to Oliphant. Out to Cameron. Oliphant again. There's the flying winger Gardner, but he's blocked. Plenty of tacklers for him too. Certainly won't let him get away. Rogers is one of the tacklers. Cameron pushing them away, saying, OK, get off him, let him play the ball. Oliphant. And Creer. New South Wales ball. Higgs. Ray Higgs on the halfway mark. Donnelly. And this is Peard. And that's ready. Sending it straight to Cronin. Rodonicus. Ball's moving. Rodonicus again after it went through the hands of the 5'8". And up to the halfway mark where the tackler is Carr. New South Wales really showing now their speed as they move the ball about. This is Higgs. On to Peard and Cronin. Ready, I should say, out wide. Peard. And there's the fullback standing, having a training run, really. Goodwin. And crowd starting to laugh now as Cronin goes to ground.
Getting the ball away from ridiculous positions, the New South Wales attacking side.
And it's a penalty to New South Wales with Queensland standing up. And this is close to the halfway mark. New South Wales lead 8-2, 6 minutes before half-time. They scored 2 tries to 0.
Rod Reddy and Tom Rodonicus, two players who've been really conspicuous in this New South Wales attack, keeping the ball alive. Reddy able to stand in the tackle and get that one-handed pass away, and always on the spot is Tom Rodonicus.
McMahon, the very tall winger from Balmain, to kick for the line. And a good kick from McMahon takes play 30 metres out from the Queensland line. Paponis. Fitzgerald. Donnelly. Wright and Lang were the tacklers. Higgs went the other way, and this is Randall. Look at Terry Randall, straight through there, just about score himself. Back it comes then to the hooker Paponis, and it's the third try for New South Wales. They lead by 11 points to 2.
And that all came from a set move at the edge of the ruck with a double around, the dummy to the player going one way and the player picking up. Randall going the other way. He made the split down the middle and flattered a nice pass over the top for Paponis to score the try. Here it is on the replay. That's Donnelly taking the tackle. David Wright in to make the tackle. Paponis in the ruck half position. Dummy there. Back into Randall. Randall down the middle. Weak defence from Queensland. Rhodes couldn't get there. Back over the top. Paponis had to turn to take the ball, but easily got over for the try.
And it's a very easy kick in front for Mick Cronin attempting the conversion. The referee was talking to Rod Reddy, the New South Wales lock. A report from one of the touch judges, Henry Albert, I believe. Don't know what all that was about, but anyway, a few words to Reddy, and there's the kick from Cronin, and New South Wales get away to a lead of 13 points to 2, about 4 minutes before half-time, and going like winners that will win easily at this stage of the match.
13-2 is a better indication of the game, I think. I was looking just before that try and thinking 8-2, that's no indication of the game, but 13-2 is a little better indication of the way the match has been going.
New South Wales tries by Fay, McMahon and Paponis. Centre John Rhodes to restart play for Queensland, running from the northern end of the ground, and this the first half as the ball comes to Rodonicus. Did I say Peard? I meant the 5/8. Just outside the New South Wales quarter line, there's Rodonicus, and the front row forward, it looked like him, Fay coming in from the far side wing, bursting through, 30 metres out from the New South Wales line. This is Donnelly. And Higgs flipped the ball away beautifully, didn't he? Up to the halfway mark, Rodonicus there, dummy half. Peard with the bandage is out there wide, and there's Peard sending it onto the full back. There's Cronin over the halfway mark, looking back inside. Goodwin was there, but offside. Put Reddy having trouble with it and doing a great juggle, wasn't he? And the winger Fay couldn't handle it. Cameron's ball for Queensland. Harry Cameron on the Queensland quarter line. New South Wales looking very dangerous again and flipping the ball about everywhere. Just before half-time to Oliphant and Beavers. Very much an uphill battle for Queensland in the second half of this match, which will be coming up shortly as the pass goes across to Creer.
New South Wales attack isn't getting any wider than the 5/8.
Rhodes and Gardner. Here's the speedy winger. Can he get away? But knocked down by Rodonicus with McMahon over the top. Oliphant. And Reddy. Goodwin can't hold it. Loose ball, towed through by David Wright. Can he pick it up? And into touch. Would have been a chance if he could have picked it up cleanly to pass to Quinn, his winger, but it wasn't to be. And the scrum will go down about 30 metres out from the New South Wales line.
Very much in control now, New South Wales, is to be seen by the lackadaisical way that they're handling the ball. They're really playing miracle stuff.
Queensland ball to Creer and Oliphant. And Mills into the line. Cameron takes it, and look at Cronin wrapping him up, certainly hanging on to him. I thought he was throwing a punch for a moment, but I think he was clawing at him more than anything else. Mills, pull back to play it back. Oliphant and Beavers. Lang, Oliphant, Creer, and Fitzgerald to wrap him up. 10 metres inside New South Wales territory. Oliphant, right, knocked on. The knock on to be played. Queensland are certainly well and truly outclassed in the last 20 minutes of this first half. It's a big effort the other night to contain New South Wales, keep them to a 10-5 win. But I think that hard match the other night has taken its toll of these Queensland players. And they're certainly looking a tired side now.
Creer jarring the Queensland attack, going back inside far too much.
Rodonicus put the ball into the scrum. It's a Queensland ball as it goes to Carr on the blind side. There's the fullback Mills. And that's Platts. A good run from Greg Platts. The halfback Oliphant's there, and on comes Rhodes. Good break then from Platts, the Toowoomba second row forward, Oliphant. And this is Platts again. Did well to get it on to Gardner, but he was looking at his man marking him, McMahon, and some Rogers will play it back. Fitzgerald into dummy half position to Peard, and there's the lock ready. Moving well, gathered by Peard. Peard with a bandage around his left knee. That's Higgs. And there's the half-time hooter sounding, with New South Wales leading Queensland by 13 points to 2, having scored 3 tries to 0. That now. New South Wales restart play as Peard puts it down and very quickly regain the ball with Rodonicus about 30 metres out from the Queensland line. That's Peard sending it to Fitzgerald. Rod Reddy's into the dummy half position. And that's Randall. A determined player, Randall, determined to keep moving and not be tackled easily. This is Donnelly. George Paponis. And the halfback's pass to Randall. New South Wales leading by 13 points to 2. One tackle to go, indicates referee Gary Cook. Ponus is in the dummy half position when Randall eventually is allowed to play the ball to Peard. And offside would be Higgs if he goes through, but he's in front of the ball when it was taken. Mills is there, but Mills gets away with it over the quarter line. A very good break. Rogers trailing through away from the first one. On it comes to Gardner, and here's the flying winger. Can he get away from Goodwin? Look at Gardner, the crowd are roaring. Goodwin's got him covered. And a good tackle from the New South Wales fullback to put him down. Replacement player Bousted, 14 jersey for Queensland in dummy half position. On it comes to Oliphant. That was electrifying. Onto Platts. Biggest thrill the Queensland crowd have had in this game. That great run by the beach sprint champion, the Australian beach sprint champion Gardner. Out to David Wright. There's Creer, and moving it on to Cameron. A difficult one for Quinn. Right over his head and into touch. And so the scrum 30 metres out from the New South Wales line. Queensland centre John Rhodes has been replaced by number 14, Ian Bousted. 30 metres out from the New South Wales line. We'll have it into the scrum again. Tom Rodonicus to put the ball in. The Queensland ball out to Creer. Difficult pass for Creer, but it's a penalty to Queensland against the New South Wales players being up offside. Cronin was obviously well offside. And it's John Payne, the second row forward, to take the kick at goal. The first kicker chosen, John Rhodes, replaced, as we said, at half-time by Ian Bousted. And so John Payne will take this kick just outside the quarter line, pretty close to centre field. New South Wales leading 13-2 after 2 minutes of play in the second half.
That's the best opportunity Queensland's had in this match with that break by Gardner that was started off by Mills, of course, who made the break down the middle, but quick hands to the left-hand side of the field, could have seen a try immediately.
John Payne, the kicker for Queensland, about 25 metres out, and raises the flags. So quite a good start to the second half from Queensland, who are well down. John Payne with showing a cut across his head. The Queensland second row took a bump early in this second half, apparently. New South Wales running from the northern end in these rather cloudy and overcast conditions, but still fairly warm. And Mills. Well taken by McMahon. Suppose he should take a ball well. He's really a fullback. 8 metres inside, 5 metres inside Queensland territory. With Rogers up there in the dummy half position, the centre. And this is Fitzgerald, a penalty to New South Wales against Queensland standing up this time.
It was unusual that fullback Alan Mills should return a kick to an open wing, and the dangerous man in McMahon too.
The scrums at this stage of the match favour Queensland by 6-4, and the penalties to Queensland 8-5. 8-6 the penalties to Queensland. McMahon to take this kick. Gains about 10 metres. It's about 30 metres out from the Queensland line. George Papanis to take the second kick, and running onto it strongly is Fitzgerald. Right up to the Queensland quarter line, close to centre field. Higgs is in position for the second one. There's Higgs, former Queensland player, originally from Arthur Beetson territory out at Rama. New South Wales leading 13-4 as the pass comes across to Rodonicus. Mick Cronin, dummy half. And that's Randall. Peard distributes this time to Donnelly. New South Wales only 8 metres out from the line. The fifth tackle indicated. Rodonicus, Peard, Cronin and Rogers. Look at Rogers fly for the corner and then back inside, 2 metres out. The sixth tackle is scrum.
I think he would have done better had he gone for the corner, because he had support on the outside in winger Fay and in winger McMahon, but he elected to come back into the defence.
And Queensland ball, Mills. Donicus the tackler. And Queensland to just ruck it away, 10 metres out in their own line. New South Wales lead 13-4 after 6 minutes of play in the second half. That's Lang. Gardner, the wingers up there at dummy half this time to Oliphant and Creer. Over the top is Donnelly. Platts in the dummy half position to Mills, getting his kick in and almost bowled over by Donnelly afterwards, but cross to Fay. And Bousted was the tackler again of Reddy's, and very nearly lost the ball, but Peard and Higgs. Paponis and Fitzgerald. Beavers the tackler on the Queensland quarter line. Paponis dummy half. Donicus, Peard, and that's Randall. Bousted's playing on the wing for Queensland with Quinn in the centres. That's Peard. The fullbacks there, and there's Reddy. Queensland ball. Greg Platts to play it back on the Queensland quarter line to Oliphant. No one's in position for the Queensland back line. Harry Cameron eventually takes it. Spread all over the place like Brown's cows then. It was completely hopeless. The halfback looked across and there's only one man he could possibly give it to, and it went to Cameron. There's the pass. Oliphant, or Donicus over the top, swinging right arm, and of the Queensland halfback, Oliphant, who had a very good game the other night. Meantime, a New South Wales player is out injured further back in the field, and it's a penalty to Queensland against that swinging arm of Rodonicus. And the penalty is taken by the fullback, and it takes play 10 metres short of the halfway mark. The injured New South Wales player is Randall. This is Beavers losing it in the tackle, and Gardner tries to pick it up, but the referee is ruling a scrum for a knock-on with Gardner, with Randall still receiving attention from the trainer further back on the field. New South Wales down to 12 men at this moment, but Randall, tough as he is, looks to be okay getting to his feet, and bursting through goes very quickly, goes the Queensland lock. Carr's over the quarter line now. The lock, a very good run from Carr. That shocked New South Wales, bursting away from the scrum. Oliphant holding it across. Here's Cameron. Cameron moving well now. Sends it across to his winger Bousted, and Bousted through. Back into Quinn, and Quinn put it down. Picked up by Bousted, but the knock-on to be played just as Queensland had a great chance to score.
It was an open line for Queensland had that pass been taken. Some good attack from Queensland. Of course, Norm Carr, he was the player who made the break on Wednesday night for John Lang's try, and it was he again who split New South Wales from the base of the scrum.
It's a very promising young player, Carr. He's only had about 12 A-grade games, and this is his second interstate game, having played in the night game on Wednesday night. New South Wales lead 13-4 after about 9 minutes of play in the second half. New South Wales ball out to the fullbacks, Reddy rather, out of the scrum. Rod Reddy just inside his quarter line. Peards there at dummy half, and Donnelly. And Higgs. And slipping to Donicus. New South Wales skipper to play it back 30 metres out from his own line. Peard and Reddy. Fitzgerald. Peard.
Let's go.
And well taken by Mills. And the little Valley fullback is certainly having another very good game today. He's up to the halfway mark. Payne in the dummy half position to Oliphant. And sees his supports are covered. It comes back to right. Then Carr. A lot of indecision there in Queensland, isn't there? Beavers. And across it comes with loose ball. Cronin in possession for New South Wales. He seemed to be for a moment. Yes, he'll play it back. And this is Higgs. In centre field. New South Wales leading 13-4. And Peard. And a good kick from Peard. It runs into touch on the Queensland quarter line.
Queensland attack very disorganised. Nobody there getting the players in a deep position to run on the ball.
New South Wales has scored 3 tries to 0. Scrums favouring Queensland by 8-5. And this is Greg Oliphant's ball into the scrum. New South Wales ball appeared to 5/8. Cronin, and the flick pass to Fay doesn't come off. It was gathered by Queensland to Cameron. Out it comes to Quinn. Quinn away now. He's got Gardner out there. Now here's a chance for the flying winger. Can he get away from the fullback with a beautiful tackle from Goodwin right to the ankles of Gardner. Queensland again, 28 metres out from the New South Wales line as it comes to the 5/8 and then back to Platts, the second row forward. Platts moving well, 15 metres out. Some good attack from Queensland in this second half. This David Wright across to his 5/8, swinging it back, not certain what to do, onto Payne. And there's Beavers flipping it back to Cameron. Cameron 5 metres out. Crowd urging for Queensland now to Oliphant to Creer. And here's Quinn, the centre. Playing in the centre in the second half. With Rhodes off the field and Bousted on the wing. And there goes Johnny Lang from dummy half, straight back to Harry Cameron. And Quinn. 1 tackle to go, indicates referee Gary Cook from Sydney, as it put into the goal mouth by Lang and pulled down well by the fullback. By the other person, the fullback, forced over the line. It's Peard, the 5/8, and not quite over the line, just managed to clear his line, Peard. Lang's up there and opposing him, and this is Cronin. New South Wales leading 13-4 after 13 minutes of play in the second half, and not getting it all their own way in this second session. It seemed that they would, with a brilliant end to the first half by New South Wales, but Queensland have had some fine attacking moves in this session of play, and Terry Randall is 10 metres out from his own line. To Donnelly, and Payne goes in for the tackle, and Wright, and over the top Payne. Donnelly's very strong, isn't he, as he left Wright on the ground. 1 tackle to go. Rodonicus into the dummy half position. The fullback's there, Goodwin. Mills dropping back and takes it well. And Cronin is the tackler, just short of the halfway mark. Quinn moves into the dummy half position, and that's the centre. Lang to Oliphant. And Cameron. Caught immediately by Rodonicus. Now Oliphant switching it back to David Wright. He's turning it on to Lang. Across to the half-back, then to Creer. And well and truly wrapped up then with the player coming through to put him down immediately was Fitzgerald. Now to Oliphant, trying the little kick, but it bounces back. New South Wales ball. It was for a moment. Fight for possession, the knock-on to be played, says referee Gary Cook. New South Wales leading 13-4 after 14 minutes of play in the second half.
Queensland attack in those last 6 tackles, he could have thrown a blanket over.
And a penalty to Queensland from the scrum.
Against Tom Rodonicus for feeding the scrum in favour of his own pack.
Penalty kick to be taken by fullback Alan Mills. Penalties favour Queensland 10-6 at this stage, and the scrum's 8-6. Mills not going to find touch. Goodwin there, and Goodwin to run it up. Beavers the tackler. First man there, the other one was the 5/8 Creer. Now the half-back's pass, and on to the support was ready. Rodonicus. Quite dull the light here at Lang Park now as it gets in well into the second half. And Platts throwing somebody's boot or some sort of protection away. Yes, it was Rodonicus' boot on the ground, and Platts threw it away. Rodonicus has to go to the sideline with Donnelly, the Queensland ball. On it comes to Platts. Platts moving across now, slipping the pass to Creer. Creer's nearly through. Then to Quinn, just held that one 10 metres out from the line, and Quinn's taking a lot to stop. Rodonicus is running around with only 1 boot on. Now to Oliphant. And to Wright, and there's Beavers and Cameron, the most experienced centre in the Queensland lineup, and Queensland lucky to retain possession with Carr, the lock, to play it back to John Lang. To Oliphant and Wright. It's clear. Platts sees the gap, and he could go through. Platts is almost through, and he's over. The first try to Queensland scored by Greg Platts, and New South Wales lead 13-7.
Well, it's been a concerted attacking effort by Queensland in the last 5 minutes, and there Platts couldn't believe his eyes when he threw the dummy and spun around and there was nobody in front of him. From the action replay, that was the loose ball that Queensland picked up and retained possession. John Langan at ruck half. Norm Carr was the man who got the ball for Queensland. Oliphant back inside. David Wright rolls the ball along the ground, picked up by Krier, and here it is. He looks for support, but the defence stands off him and he runs away himself. Nobody in front of him as he spun around and just reached out to put the ball over the try line.
And so Queensland have closed the gap with a surprising comeback in the second half, particularly when you consider just how far on top New South Wales were in the last 20 minutes of the first half. This is John Payne to take the kick. Very easy kick. New South Wales have scored 3 tries to 1. Lead 13-7, and John Payne should kick this one. And it's waved away right in front, and he's disgusted with himself, but he's not a regular kicker. But even so, we thought he'd kick that one. So the score remains at New South Wales 13, Queensland 7, after 17 minutes of play in the second half. And this crowd of close on 20,000, about the same crowd as Wednesday night, are starting to really enjoy the match, with the home team giving them something for their money. New South Wales from the northern end of the ground, and this the second half, as it goes down to the try scorer Greg Platts. I said earlier he's a brother of Lou Platts, the other international who's out injured at the present time from Queensland. Wright, Lang, Oliphant, Krier, and slipping it back to Lang in the tackle to Platts again, and on it comes to Bousted. Bousted, a former Townsville player, having first season in Brisbane. Lang, dummy half. Injured Queensland player on the field is the 5'8 Krier as Beavers tries to go through, but is nicely tackled by the 5'8 Peard. Now it's moved across to Payne, and back to the halfback Oliphant. Moving on to it is Cameron, Harry Cameron. Tackler is Fitzgerald. Oliphant kicks for the line. He's going to run into touch. A good kick from Oliphant. Takes play up to the New South Wales quarter line.
The break's going Queensland way now. They're starting to settle down and play football, but they are getting their share of the breaks. That ball went into touch. A good bounce for Queensland.
There's Krier. He's all right again now after that injury. And Queensland ball, Bousted. Randall, one of the tacklers, breaking quickly from the scrum. Lang's in the dummy half position. Oliphant, Krier, Cameron. And there's the fullback. How he got it to him, Mills, you'll never know, would you? And nearly slipped through. Losing the ball, Randall dives on the ball. It's a very timely pass from Cameron to Mills, who certainly more handed him the ball than passed it to him, and nearly caught the New South Wales defence hopping then. But it's a New South Wales ball with Fitzgerald rucking it forward. 18 metres out from the New South Wales line, Donnelly, and out wide is Peard. Quinn was the tackler, the Queensland centre in this half to Donicus, and New South Wales second row Randall. In centre field on the quarter line, one tackle indicates referee Gary Cook as it goes across to Peard. Back to Higgs. Yes, Queensland moving up quickly in the tackles now as opposed to their effort towards the end of the first half, and a big round of applause from the crowd for Queensland containing New South Wales in with the ball. 20 minutes left in the match. New South Wales lead 13-7. Rodonicus pass sends it out to Reddy and Peard. There's Peard making good ground, and it was a very good tackle then from Platts to put him down. To Higgs, 10 metres short of the halfway mark. Randall's up into the dummy half position. Donnelly runs into a player, but did well to get it back again. Randall. So Queensland ball. The New South Wales players are offside, but the knock-on, ball knocked on by Oliphant.
The crowd not agreeing, but it was certainly knocked down by a Queensland player. Queensland ball to Krier.
And over the top is Randall. Peard was the first man into the tackle, his opposite number. 10 metres inside New South Wales territory as the halfback's pass goes to Cameron. Cameron spots the gap and gets it away then to clear up around outside of him. Mills, just outside the New South Wales quarter line. Fullback chiming in well into the attack, across to right. And Payne, Veronicus holds to him, slips it back to Oliphant. Oliphant caught by Fitzgerald. The New South Wales being called on to defend quite a lot now against a very strong Queensland attack, and breaking through his Beavers over the quarter line. They've got new life in the second half, Queensland, and they're really trying out New South Wales. An amazing comeback from the Maroons inside the quarter line now as it comes to Wright. Wright's running across there. He's got the winger with him and very nearly through Gardner. But excellent tackling again to stop him. 5 metres out from the line. One tackle to go. And bursting through over the line goes Lang. Lang through for the second try for Queensland. And it's 13-10 to New South Wales.
But it's been all Queensland in this last 10 minutes, hasn't it? They've been really attacking well with the ball. They've been throwing it around. Still Stephen Clear jarring the attack. John Lang, dummies on the other. Wright does well here. Gets through the gap, gets the ball to his winger Gardner. Gardner wasn't able to get out of Goodwin's tackle, but takes the tackle. John Lang noticed the blind side open, goes down there, gets in the tackle and scores the try. Ever alert, Johnny Lang.
And so, what a great fight back by the home team. New South Wales have scored 3 tries to 2, lead by 3 points, and Queensland without a recognised goal kicker. It's John Payne, the second row, to take the kick from right out on the touchline, having missed a very easy one in front at his last kick. The first kicker for Queensland today was John Rhodes, who left the field at half-time, and he kicked 1 goal from 1 attempt. Payne has kicked on occasions for his club East in Brisbane. Injured player on the sideline is David Wright, receiving attention, the Queensland front row forward, as Payne attempts this conversion. Queensland trailing by only 3 points. Payne the kicker, but it's well away. No! You could be wrong. I thought it was dropping down in front. It looked certain to go down in front, but it skimmed the bar. And it's 13-12. New South Wales leading by 1 point.
And are we in for a ball game now? I'm sure the Blues will come back fighting, and Queensland will have to lift their game even a little more. Can they do it?
Well, I've seen everything now, John. Did you think that kick was going over?
No, I didn't, Arthur.
New South Wales with 1 point in front. Restart play down to the fullback Mills as the crowd are chanting for Queensland. Bousted. Should be a great 17 minutes, last 17 minutes of play. On to Wright, the second row, switches across to Platts. John Lang, dummy half, Oliphant, Beavers, and there's Cameron. Quinn out there in the centres, but look at Rogers. Well and truly upends him and breaks up that movement. Gardner's dummy half, Oliphant, and Payne. Then further out Cameron. And this is Oliphant trying that stab kick across for the line again, but it won't find touch this time. Gathered by Fay, the left winger. And Mrs. Carr gets him in a nice tackle. Looked like bouncing away for a moment, but put him down well with assistance from Lang. And here's Cronin. Oliphant slipping through to try to pick up a pass if it was coming from Cronin, but he saw that at the last moment. This is the second row, Randall. Just short of the halfway mark. Paponis, dummy half. Redonicus, the skipper there, and Donnelly. And Queensland has certainly got new life in this second half as they're tackling with great relish onto Cronin. Then Peard. New South Wales 5-8 losing the ball, dived on by Paponis. And it's a penalty. Paponis offside.
Peard losing the ball, and the ball went forward, and Paponis coming in from the wrong side of play, offside.
The ball handed to Mills. And a good line kick from Alan Mills. Takes play 30 metres out from the New South Wales line. Lang to take the second kick, and this is Beavers. Greg Beavers, the captain of Queensland, cousin of Mick Beavers, a former international from up this way. This is Platts. and sending it on to his half-back, and here's John Payne fending away from the tackle, the first one, but an ankle tackle, allowed to get going. John Payne looking for the support, and there's the support coming through Quinn. 10 metres out. New South Wales defending desperately again now with Carr into the dummy half position. Oliphant, there's Wright, and dummies and goes on his own, David Wright. The full support of this 20,000 crowd behind the local players now as they sense that they might be able to score again. A field goal attempt from John Payne that's there. Another one-pointer, that's level, 13-all.
Good kicking from Queensland. Obviously that had been set up and Platts was there to give the ball to Payne, and they all knew what was on. It was obviously planned, and good play to Queensland. However, I felt a try may have come up. They had to keep the attacking pressure on New South Wales then on their own try line.
Greg Beavers, the Queensland skipper, must be feeling very happy about his team's performance, particularly in the second half. A great fight back indeed. It's 13-all. The battle-scarred John Payne kicking a field goal to level it. Cronin, and Mills takes it away from Rodonicus, and he's put down then by Peard, the 5'8". Queensland on their quarter line with Quinn in the dummy half position. Very speedy player, Quinn, from Brothers Club in Brisbane. Lang and Oliphant, and Payne's out there. Cameron and Fitzgerald into the tackle and shot straight across now to the wing of Bowstead. Tackled by Cronin. And that's the 5'8", Cameron. And Wright holding it up as you could see danger. Peard in for the tackle. Queensland midway between their quarter line and the halfway mark. Oliphant, a little kick again for the line, but it's not going to find touch. Will it? Yes, it might. It's running that way. It's going to be close. It's a photo finish. No, not quite. Rodready takes it for New South Wales. And Bowstead, one of the tacklers, but getting it back and did well to get it on to Fay, then to full-back Goodwin. And a great tackle from Beavers. Good ankle tackle, wasn't it, from Greg Beavers on the New South Wales quarter line. Higgs and Lang's the tackler of Higgs with assistance over the top right. Queensland has been playing above themselves in this second session, and New South Wales are wondering what's going on. Rodonicus trying desperately to get that pass away in the tackle up to the halfway mark. He made good ground, Tom Rodonicus. Donnelly. And crunch, in goes Payne. And look at the left arm of Payne swing into Donnelly. Rodonicus. And New South Wales trying to force it away with Randall slipping it back very close to offside. That player coming through Peard, but referee didn't notice it apparently. I thought he was offside. Onto Rodonicus. And here's Cronin. Queensland player left on the ground injured is Payne, just to the right of the picture. And that's the sixth tackle has come to pack down with John Payne slowly dragging himself to his feet to get into the scrum. Queensland has scored 11 points to 0 in the second half. Was it 9 points?
A penalty going against Queensland there for halfback Oliphant feeding the ball behind his own hooker's foot, and John Payne now to receive some attention.
Yes, that's right. Queensland have scored 11 points to 0 in the second session of play. 29 minutes of the game. John Payne receiving that attention. And the ambulance attendant has been called onto the field. Queensland have a reserve on the sideline. It's Rod Morris, a very useful player. Basically a front row, but has played at second row as well. So the gallant John Payne, who's given his all today in this game, with Rod Morris, the brother of Des Morris, coming onto the field. Rod Morris, of course, is with the Queensland team in Sydney, and he'll replace John Payne. New South Wales taking a penalty kick, a penalty awarded a short time ago, while that injury, just before that injury to John Payne, and it's a kick in front, about 28 metres out, right in front, a very easy kick. Barry Muir, the Queensland coach, having a close look at his injured player John Payne on the sideline. But in the meantime, Cronin has the ball set, and he's getting plenty of anything but encouragement from this crowd as he takes the kick. He should kick it. It's waved away. That's incredible. Right in front, a very easy kick for Mick Cronin, but he's missed the kick. Rod Morris in 16 jersey, the new player on the field for Queensland. And so Queensland, with the score at 13-all, restart play with the dropout by fullback Mills. And McMahon, the far side winger for New South Wales. Very tall player, isn't he, to Randall. Close to halfway. 9 minutes or so left in the game. New South Wales in possession. Radonica's anxious to get the ball. There's Radonica's and Donnelly, the former country player from New South Wales. Morris was one of the tacklers, the new player. This is Higgs finding a gap up the middle and getting it back, but it's a loose ball, a bit lucky to be picked up by the 5'8" onto Randall. And he's appeared again, straight on to Donnelly. Scrappy play, ready gathers for New South Wales, and he's caught by Quinn, by the jersey, and Quinn made sure that he went down 8 metres inside New South Wales territory, and that's Fay, the winger. Crossfield run, loose ball. Queensland can't get to it as New South Wales dive on it, but the knock-on to be played right in centre field. New South Wales lucky to retain possession.
And New South Wales now adopting different tactics. They're playing right into Queensland's hands, I feel. They're playing the ball around the edge of the ruck. I think they'd be better to move the ball wide.
Referee talking to the new Queensland player Rod Morris, saying something to him, something he did to Peard in the tackle, I think. We'll have another scrum. Looking at the scrums favour Queensland by 10-7. New South Wales ball, Radonicus to play it back to Higgs, and that's ready. And there's Peard, the 5'8", through there, and made a good break, 30 metres out from the Queensland line. Radonicus over the top is Beavers. That's Fitzgerald in the dummy half position. Peard and ready. And Higgs gets it in time to get hit with the Queensland centre Cameron putting him down. New South Wales 30 metres out from the Queensland line. That's Paponis. Paponis came in as a replacement for the injured George Piggins in the New South Wales lineup before the team left Sydney last Monday. That's Radonicus. The score is 13 all, only about 7 or 8 minutes left in the game. The fifth tackle indicated from the referee as the ball comes back. The field goal attempt from Cronin. Mills takes it to Queensland. And away from Fitzgerald, beats him easily. There goes a little fullback and another dashing run. What a good run. And Crunchy was put down by the lock forward, Rod Reddy, but a big hand from this lightweight from Valley's Club in Brisbane across to Oliphant. And there's the 5'8". Further out is Cameron, just losing it. I was about to say just holding it, just at the time that he lost it. New South Wales ball as Cronin, I think it is, to play it back. Yes, it was Cronin onto Reddy. 2 tacklers in there, including Quinn, the centre. The other one was Cameron, the other centre. Now was for Higgs, it's Donnelly. Higgs moves back. Paponis moves to the dummy half position, and this is Fitzgerald. And across to the winger, Fay, picked up by Queensland. Bousted has it. And the Queensland winger will play it back. This is David Wright onto Beavers. And pushes away from Peard for a moment, but can't get the ball away. New South Wales backs moving up very quickly to cut off the movement. A long pass from the Queensland halfback leaves the ball loose. And Queensland lucky to retain possession. The knock-on. No, New South Wales ball. Sorry, I think Queensland had it for a moment as it comes on to Higgs. There's the winger, McMahon. Plenty of red jerseys in there. New South Wales won the first game in Brisbane on Tuesday night under floodlights by 10 points to 5, scoring 2 tries to 1. And the score in this match is 13 all. There was a knock-on, quite clear.
Higgs was the player at the ruck half position, trying to get that ball away too quickly and looked to where he was passing and knocked the ball on.
And so it's about 15 metres out from the Queensland line. We'll have another scrum, it seems. Yes. 5 minutes left. The score 13 all. And the New South Wales ball, Radonicus, 10 metres out. New South Wales now in a strong attacking position. Can they clinch the game from here? Peard, the 5'8", moving around then as the winger coming through from the far side. Here's Randall. Randall just about through, wasn't he? But a good tackle then from the 5'8", and also Carr, the lock forward, is over the top. Now to Peard. And down the middle comes the fullback Goodwin. Crunch. He ran into 4 red jerseys. Higgs, dummy half. And slipping it was the dummy with Fitzgerald coming through. Higgs to play it back. Radonicus And Peard, the field goal attempt from Peard. This one must be pretty close, and it's there. No, he signalled it was not there. For a moment I thought he was signalling it was there, but he put his hand straight out. And so that was a very close one. The score remains at 13-all.
New South Wales not moving the ball wide as they did in the first half.
And this is Lang. Oliphant, half-back, dummy half. And that's the second row moving through as it comes across. Penalty to New South Wales.
Well, I can't understand why the penalty was given, indicating a man offside, or was it a Shepherd? Must have been a Shepherd, I think.
Platts was the player in possession for Queensland, and it's another chance for the kicker, Cronin. This is about 30 metres out, about the same distance as his previous kick, the one that he missed. It's just a little bit off centre, but close enough to being in centre field. He's kicked 1 from 3 attempts at Mick Cronin. Score 13-all, about 3.5 minutes left in the game.
And hasn't it been a tremendous recovery by Queensland in the second half?
It's an almost unbelievable recovery when you could see just how easily New South Wales were going in the last 15 minutes or so of that first half. And there's the kick from Cronin. This is close again, and up they go. New South Wales hit the front to lead 15-13 in the dying minutes of play, and that kick will probably win the game for them and give them a clean sweep of the series. But nevertheless, we'll still see a strong fight back, I think, from Queensland in these dying few minutes. New South Wales have scored 3 tries to 2 in the game. They led 13-2 at half-time, and that's the first points to New South Wales in the second half of play. It just covered the 10 metres. Paponis picks it up, and it's the New South Wales hooker who is currently injured, with the Queensland player running through there trying to get his boot to the ball. It was Lang, I think, that came through, and Paponis is injured. No one in this crowd of almost 20,000 here leaving the ground, or very few. Just a few people starting to leave the ground. We said New South Wales won the night match 10-5, and they lead 15-13 in this after winning in Sydney very easily by 33 points to 9. And that's the front row of Fitzgerald, close to the halfway mark. Rodonicus in the dummy half position. And there's Rodonicus. New South Wales keen to hold the ball and hold their lead. Fitzgerald distributes to Higgs.
Queensland desperately need possession.
I think Rodonicus has given his players the message, and that's ready. 10 metres inside Queensland territory in centre field. New South Wales leading 15-13. Just over 2 minutes left in the match as it comes on to Donnelly. And it's a Queensland ball. That's Quinn. Donnelly unable to hold the ball against all those tacklers, and so Queensland have got their chance in the dying minutes of play as it comes across to Clear the 5'8", and here's Stephen Clear. He's too fast for the second row forward, but it was a nice tackle then from Rod Reddy coming across in cover defence. It took his ankles from under him. Back again to David Wright. Along pass then to Morris, and Donnelly's the tackler. Lang and Wright back to Oliphant. Switches across to his lock and then to Creer. He has trouble with it. Platts can't gather. New South Wales ball, 5 metres short of halfway. Steve Rogers, dummy half. Donnelly. And he's determined to hold the ball this time. Don Donnelly. Paponis, the hooker's there. Running up was Higgs, but it goes to the halfback, to Reddy. And this is Higgs. Caught by the Queensland halfback. Over the top coming Morris. Midway between the Queensland quarter line and the halfway mark. Time's ticking away for Queensland. This is Goodwin, the fullback, coming in for New South Wales. Platts was one of the tacklers. Rodonicus and Fitzgerald. Carr was the first man to the tackle. Rodonicus and the 5'8" there, and here's Rod Reddy. Just inside the Queensland quarter line. That's the 6th tackle, the scrum to go down, and the full-time hooter should be coming up at any moment, with New South Wales leading 15-13. Queensland leading the scrums 10-9. The penalties favour Queensland 11-8. as this final scrum goes down. A little bit of time wasting. New South Wales has scored 3 tries to 2. And it's a Queensland ball as Oliphant sends it back there. There's the pass from Oliphant to Mills, and the full-time hooter has sounded. And that's it. New South Wales have made a clean sweep of the series and have defeated Queensland by 15 points to 13.